The Deputy State Pathologist is investigating the circumstances of the death of the journalist and broadcaster Jonathan Philbin Bowman, whose body was found this evening at his home in Dublin. It's thought his death was a tragic accident. The editor of the Sunday Independent, Angus Fanning, said Mr Bowman, son of RTE broadcaster John Bowman and Dr Emer Philbin, was one of the most brilliant journalists of his generation. The Taoiseach said he was saddened by the news. The Fine Gael leader John Bruton said Jonathan Philbin had brought a smile to the face of everyone he met, and the Labour leader Ruairi Quinn called him one of the bright lights of Irish journalism.
Jonathan Philbin Bowman, always opinionated, often provocative, but never boring. He'd been a regular pundit on chat shows since as a 16-year-old school leaver. He proclaimed he'd learnt more in the real world in a matter of weeks than he'd ever learnt sitting in a classroom. In many ways, he grew up on television, his flamboyance a regular sight. He also had a famous father, the accomplished broadcaster John Bowman. He became something of a young man about town, but before the end of his teenage years, he became a father to Saul. He worked mostly as a freelance journalist, writing for a variety of newspapers. Of late, he had a regular column in the Sunday Independent. Tonight, his editor, Angus Fanning, described him as a brilliant journalist, his wit sparkling and clever. In 1997, he became a presenter on the quiz show Dodge the Question. He also worked a lot on radio, contributing often to RTE. One of the last jobs was to record The Living World for Radio 1 with Jackie Cochran. Pat Kenny was shocked at his untimely death.
Oh, Jonathan was a firecracker. I mean, he could explode at any time. He had a terrific intellect. He loved to, I suppose, put a pin in the balloon of humbug that often surrounded people. There's another side to him, though, that people don't see, and that is that he simply wasn't a pundit. He got involved with people. He made firm friends, often out of people who might have been adversaries in a particular situation on radio and television.
His body was found this afternoon at his home in Harold's Cross in Dublin. A post-mortem is due to be carried out. He's survived by his son Saul, his parents John and Emer, his two brothers and his sister. Roisin Duffy, RTE News.